With the big return of Midas seemingly imminent, I have a little bit of a problem with Epic Games, or not necessarily a problem with Epic Games, a big worry that I have, and we're going to talk about that today because it revolves around the Fortnite storyline and it revolves around Midas. So hear me out. I'd love to know what you guys think down below. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with many YouTube channels. We'll talk about Midas in just a second, but I don't know if it really matters to you guys. I have a giant window open. I just want the dog to take a look out the window. She's been a little bit bored, so hopefully it doesn't really ruin the image of the video. But regardless, I'm here ready to talk about some Midas. So of course, we all know Midas is coming back to the Fortnite storyline, or supposedly coming back to the storyline. I just really want Epic Games to not screw this up. I've talked about it quite a few other times on the channel where I really worry that Epic Games is just gonna kind of do this. Oh, well, here's Midas, and then it's just something really little, because we did see the return of Midas during Chapter 2, Season 4, and he was just there. People were talking about, like, oh my god, Midas is coming back from the dead. What does this mean? And we were talking about all these different little speculations about the authority coming back, or the agency, excuse me, the candles that were there, but it was just, oh, it's Halloween, we resurrected Midas, there we go, happy, Midas is back, and that was the end of it. And I could very well see them doing this again. I could very well see them bringing back this Floor is Lava LTM, which would be great, by the way. Don't get me wrong. Like, I am entirely grateful for the game that we have, right? I'm just really passionate about the Fortnite storyline. So I could see Epic Games bringing this back because the LTM is called Midas Presents Floor is Lava. I could see Epic Games putting it out, just having some Midas mythics in it, some mythics from Chapter 2, Season 2, and then calling it a day. There's no storyline related to it. Midas came back, brought an LTM. I could see them doing that. To be honest with you, I could see them just not doing it all. But there's so much potential to bring back Midas to the storyline. We have the yacht. We have the ties to Chapter 2. We have Montag. We have, as Science said, we know Kato Thorne cut Midas's hand off. What he comes back like Anakin Skywalker. And that's just scratching the surface of it. The amount of things that we could dive into with Midas coming back to the Fortnite storyline are literally endless. And the reason why I really don't want Epic Games to ruin this is for a couple reasons. First being, we've been teased about Midas for way too long now. It has been a ridiculous amount of times that Epic Games has teased Midas and his return, and it just never happened. And they're constantly, I was about to use like an inappropriate term there for YouTube, but they're constantly just having us on the edge, right? Just looking forward to Midas. Okay, this is the time Midas is actually coming back. Here we go. The storyline's about to take off again, and then nothing. And it's not just like, oh, well, this could have led to something. Like, no, that was a teaser for Midas. Midas's Chrome Hand. What was that all about? What was that all about? You could draw it to something ridiculous, but Epic Games was just getting the community talking, and it's clear that they were doing so, and there's nothing wrong with that. That is an amazing thing when Epic Games gets the community talking by having these little hints and teasers everywhere, just like they're doing with the yacht right now with Marigold. Is it Midas's yacht? We don't know. We know that there's a Floor is Lava LTM coming. We know Midas is set to return at some point. I could just see them giving us like, oh, well, here he is. There you go. Have fun with Midas. Or just them not doing it at all. The second reason that this is really, I have a tough time saying upsetting, because at the end of the day, it doesn't affect my life. But I'm very passionate about this game. I'm very passionate about the storyline. It'll be a little bit disappointing if I can't get in the storyline. And I've been vocal about this on the channel. The second reason for this being, if they don't ramp up the Season 2 storyline, I am officially done being interested in the Fortnite storyline. I'll still watch it. I'll still follow it. I'll still cover it. But you will no longer have me hyped up for something coming back to the Fortnite storyline, or some storyline progressing, until they prove otherwise, that they have a good storyline going. The only reason for this, and I was very vocal about this on the channel, is I gave them some slack because the amount of things that they probably had to work on this season is crazy, with Festival, Lego, Rocket Racing, BR, attachments, all the brand new things, all the controversy that came out at the beginning of the season. There was a lot for Epic Games to handle, and I'd understand if the Fortnite storyline had to take a back seat. But there is no reason why the storyline should not continue in Season 2. There is no reason for it to be even lackluster. Epic Games is more than capable of giving us a storyline and having a conclusion to it. We know this. And if Charlie Wen's coming back, or coming to the game, why haven't we seen his work yet? We know this dude is more than capable, and we know this dude is passionate. I need something from, like, the only thing that I can really draw a conclusion to is the storyline is no longer important to Epic Games. If that's the case, I'd rather them just tell us, instead of just constantly having us on the edge with Midas's return. I don't want to say it's insulting, but it's disappointing, man. The game, it's my favorite game of all time, a storyline that I've loved to follow, and I'm not saying it has to be to the chapter 2 level. I'm not saying that it has to be this incredible thing that will constantly, like, switch out my expectations. I'm just saying, give me something. Don't just laugh in my face about Midas' return. Don't just, after all the teasing they've done, I don't want to see you just drop an LTM on us, and that's it. Chapter 2 Season 2 was one of the greatest Fortnite storylines that Epic Games has ever made, and Chapter 2 in its entirety, all the way up to Chapter 3 Season 2, has been nothing but engaging and beautiful storytelling. I am so invested in this game, and I love this game. It's my favorite game of all time. It really, really is. And it would disappoint me if I was no longer interested in the Fortnite storyline, and you, Epic Games, have already lost a lot of people to it. You've already lost so many people to it. And I know, like, I don't want to sound, like, egotistical here, but I use this metric sometimes where it's like, if I have a problem with something in Fortnite because I'm the biggest supporter of Epic Games, then it's a problem. And the Fortnite storyline is a problem. And all I ask is just don't screw up the Return of Midas. This can be something grand for the Fortnite community. This could bring everyone together. And you know what's funny? If you bring back the Return of Midas in a strong way, in a good storytelling way, we get the community talking again. You won't have to put nearly as much work into Battle Royale because the community will be happy talking about the storyline. Yeah, those issues will still be there, 100%. But that's a big problem too, why people are bored. But if people won't be bored and people won't have time to complain if they're busy talking about Midas. That won't fit for everybody, of course. But I mean, like, it would help you with a good chunk of the people complaining about your game. It's just, I just hope they don't do this, man. That's all. I just hope for the best for this game. I want to see it thrive. I want to be interested in it. And I have a little bit of a problem in the back of my head. I could see Epic Games actually doing this. I don't want you guys to just screw us over with this return, because that's honestly what it would be doing. If you just throw them here, nothing comes from it. It makes me worry. Chapter 5 Season 2 is the last chance Epic Games has to keep me invested in this storyline. I'll cut them some slack this season because they deserve it. All the hard work that they went through, but something needs to change next season. Guys, let me know what you think about Midas down below. But speaking about Midas, I do want to point you to this Lore Lab video where we take a look at some of the greatest Fortnite storyline theories out there. Thank you so much for coming, guys. Take care.